Welcome to the Editorial Analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. In this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus, then we go analytical in order to understand some key points, and at last some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Dristhi IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So kindly feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence our session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from The Hindu, published on 18th of November 2020. The title of today's editorial is Fragile Ceasefire. If we try to summarize today's editorial, we can say that Armenia and Azerbaijan need a political situation to their dispute if the truce is to hold. If we try to link today's editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS Paper 2, which has sections that include polity, constitution, governance, and primarily with the section that includes international relations. Some key points from today's editorial. The 6-week-long war over Nagarno Karabakh has come to a halt following a Russian-brokered ceasefire agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan, but only after altering the balance of power in the region. Now, as we all know, the Nagarno Karabakh dispute between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan and Armenia, they started a war 6 weeks ago, and recently a ceasefire took place between both the countries. However, we can definitely say that after the ceasefire, there has been a slight alteration with reference to the balance of power in the region as compared to before. Before Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev went to war in late September, Nagorno Karabakh and its surrounding villages connecting the enclave with the mainland Armenia were controlled by Armenian troops or their proxies. It should be noted that before Azerbaijan went against Armenia in a war, it can be said that the Nagorno Karabakh region and the surrounding villages which connected that particular region with the mainland Armenia, they were completely under the control of the Armenian troops. Armenia had captured the mountainous region with Azerbaijan populated by ethnic Armenians in the earlier war in the 1980s, but the tension continued even after 1994 ceasefire. It should be noted that Armenia kept a hold on the disputed region of Nagorno Karabakh since 1994 after a ceasefire took place at that point of time. Since then, it was under the control of Armenia. Armenia always has said that the Nagorno Karabakh region is completely, or you can say almost 95% populated by the ethnic Armenians. That's why Armenia has always made a claim on the Nagorno Karabakh region. When he launched the offensive, Mr. Aliyev, backed by Turkey, vowed to capture Nagorno Karabakh region. When the attack got started, Mr. Aliyev, the president of Azerbaijan, which was backed by Turkey, because Turkey was indirectly supporting Azerbaijan at that point of time. So the president at that point of time vowed that he will take back the Nagorno Karabakh region. Last week, when the ceasefire was announced, the Azerbaijani troops had captured several areas around Nagorno Karabakh from Armenia, including the strategic Susha, a city just 16 kilometers from Nagorno Karabakh's capital, Stepanakert. So till the last week when the ceasefire was announced, the situation was quite favorable in the side of the Azerbaijani troops because they have captured some of the villages or territories near the Nagorno Karabakh region, and most importantly, a very important city of Shusha can be said as a very important strategic point. It is only 16 kilometers from the Karabakh's capital, that is Stepanakert. The Azerbaijani troops have held a complete control on that city as well. Now, if we try to look into the map, what exactly is the situation? So what we can see here is this is the territory of Azerbaijan with Baku at its capital. This is the complete territory. This is Armenia. And if we talk about the Nagorno Karabakh region, so you can say that this particular in the red is the Nagorno Karabakh region, and this particular region is the territory which Armenia has occupied since 1994. Now, what exactly is the new peace deal about the ceasefire that we are talking? What exactly is that ceasefire? So, according to the new peace deal proposed by Russia, it says both sides will now maintain positions in the area that they currently hold. That means at the time of ceasefire, what was the position of both the troops, both the armies? It will be considered as that particular area belongs to those troops, which will mean a significant gain for Azerbaijan as it has reclaimed over 15 to 20% of its lost territory during the recent conflict. In the previous slide also I said that the Azerbaijani troops, they have captured quite a significant area of the Nagorno Karabakh region. So it can be said that if this condition prevails, then definitely Azerbaijan is at advantage because it has reclaimed almost 15 to 20% region of the Nagorno Karabakh area. All military operations are suspended and Russian peacekeepers will be deployed for a period of 5 years along with the line of contact in Nagorno Karabakh and along the Lachin corridor, which links the Karabakh capital Stepanakert to Armenia. So it has been said that any kind of military operations will be suspended and the Russian peacekeepers will keep a constant watch for the next 5 years along the line of contact in Nagorno Karabakh region. Refugees and internally displaced people who will return to the region and the adjacent territories, and the two sides will also exchange prisoners of war and body. So people, refugees who have been displaced during the wartime will be allowed to come in, and also both the sides will exchange the prisoner of wars and the dead bodies of the soldiers. A new corridor will be opened from Nakhchivan to Azerbaijan, which will be under the Russian control. It has been said that a new corridor will be opened between a region of Nakhchivan to Azerbaijan, okay, and it will be completely under the control of Russia. Now, the reactions from this particular peace deal, the Armenian people, they are not happy with this truce. So the Armenian people are against the deal and have protested, while Azerbaijan is pleased with the deal and considered it of historic importance. Obviously, Azerbaijan has definitely gained 15 to 20% more area, so for them the situation is absolutely perfect. They will not have any kind of issues with this particular peace deal. Also, the people in Armenia, they are constantly protesting against the government. If Armenia was seen as the victor in 1994 war, Mr. Aliyev has claimed triumph this time. On the other side, the Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan is facing a political backlash. So, if we talk about the period from 1991 to 1994, Armenia can be directly claimed as a complete victor at that point of time, because the war when that happened, Armenia established a control on Nagorno Karabakh region. But if we look at the present scenario, we can directly say that this time Azerbaijan has emerged as a victor. And because of this situation and of the peace deal, the Armenian Prime Minister is facing a tremendous amount of protest from the Armenian citizens. Yerevan, that is the capital of Armenia, has seen protest against the troops' withdrawal. Foreign Minister Zohrab Manatskyan has quit over the ceasefire, and the country's president has asked Mr. Pashinyan to resign and hold a snap election. So there are consequences of this peace deal. The foreign minister has resigned. The president of Armenia has said the prime minister, Mr. Pashinyan, to resign and to conduct an election. Now, if we talk about the present scenario, even if the direct conflict was between Armenia and Azerbaijan, the two bigger powers had high stakes, that is Russia and Turkey. Now, we all know that Azerbaijan was supported by Turkey and Armenia has signed a security agreement with Russia. But however, the way Turkey presented itself in this war, it was quite open that Turkey is directly backing the Azerbaijan and the Azerbaijani forces. However, Russia actually tried to maintain a neutral position in this particular war. While Azerbaijan made military progress, Russia resisted calls to back Armenia and continued with its push to bring the conflict in its backyard to an end, which it managed to do finally. Every time when the Azerbaijani troops were moving ahead, Russia was actually trying to keep a neutral position, and it did suggested Armenia to do the same, because Russia actually wanted to intervene only as an arbitrator so that it can establish a peace-like situation between both the countries. Vladimir Putin is the only signatory to the agreement besides the leader of Azerbaijan and Armenia. So, in this agreement, the peace deal which has been signed between both the countries, apart from the leaders of both the countries, Vladimir Putin is the only other signatory to this particular agreement. While Armenia was forced to pull back from several villages and Shusha, it avoided defeat in the Nagorno Karabakh region. Though Azerbaijan has definitely gained some advancement, yet Nagorno Karabakh still comes under the complete control of Armenian forces and Armenia. Russia would send 2,000 peacekeepers to protect the remaining Armenian population and patrol the corridor that links the enclave with the Armenian mainland. Like I said, Russia will be sending some peacekeepers, and those peacekeepers will ensure that there is no breach in the peace deal which has been signed between both the countries. Now, if we talk about future, and what exactly is the future? While the ceasefire has reinforced Russia's influence in the region, the war itself pointed to its declining clout in its backyard. Turkey did not help Azerbaijan fight a war against Moscow's wishes, but also made sure that Azeris prevailed in the conflict. Like I said, Turkey did not intervene directly, but everybody knew that Turkey is backing Azerbaijan, and that was the advantage which Azerbaijani forces always had, unlike Russia, which maintained a neutral position in this entire issue. So now there is a triumphant Azerbaijan, a wounded Armenia, a cautious Russia, and an ambitious Turkey, with a fragile truce over an unresolved dispute. So the situation from here can be said as Azerbaijan, who has just received victory, is in a triumphant mood. Armenia, after losing a part of its territory, definitely can be said wounded. Russia has maintained a neutral phase, and right now as well is quite cautious about the recent developments that will take place after this particular treaty, and an ambitious Turkey, because Turkey is thinking that this is the time that it can make a complete union with other Islamist countries. For peace to prevail, Armenia and Azerbaijan must find a lasting settlement to the status of Nagorno Karabakh. It is quite important. If these countries want peace in this region, then it is very important that they have to go for a settlement that actually finishes the entire issue. Until unless that settlement is reached, we cannot say that the peace is present in that particular region. The ceasefire in 1994 did not resolve the conflict, and unlike 1994, when Russia was the only big power, now the South Caucasus is open for contest between Russia and Turkey, which makes the crisis even more dangerous. See, the ceasefire that took place in the year 1994, it did not resolve the entire conflict. The conflict remained. Both the parties maintained their positions. So we cannot say the ceasefire that took place in 1994 under Russia worked. It didn't work at all. And it can be said very clearly that at that point of time, Russia was the only big power in that particular region. But now Russia has to face a very tough competition from Turkey. And this competition can make the situation even worse. Now this has to be understood by Russia. Okay. So if we talk about this particular situation, we can say that it is time that both Azerbaijan and Armenia have to come forward in order to resolve this particular dispute. Rather than bringing the big political powers in that particular region, it should be responsibility of the leaders of both these countries that they should come together, they should sit and they should discuss and try to resolve this particular dispute. So viewers, this was with today's editorial analysis. Now, a question that can be framed from today's editorial analysis could be of this way. Discuss the impact of the Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict on India's Connect Central Asia policy. So viewers, I hope you liked today's editorial analysis. Thank you very much.